Man United have reached a full agreement. It's out on all of the news stations right now. It's coming out. I'm excited to be joining Manchester United and focused on making this a successful season for the club. People keep talking about the Man United DNA. The Man United DNA ain't been there for years now. What we all know and what we grew to love over the years. Now they have an opportunity with somebody who has the experience and understanding and knows the detail behind building not only a team, but a club from the ground up. A DNA, a philosophy, an understanding of what you want to do, and an identity that needs to be created and recreated that fits Man United. And there's no better person in the world for me right now who would be able to do that.
Sokin.
They can never do it like I. When you see man pull up and slide, man stepped in a room with legends, Rio and Steve, you know it's a vibe. Check the podcast, what you wanna know? Don't ask me, go and ask Joe. If you're talking Premier League, he's on the front line and I gotta go. It's a vibe with five, and you already know what it is. It's a vibe with five, and you already know what it is. Vibe with five, and you already know what it is. It's a vibe with five, and you already know this.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It is freezing here in the office, but we're still doing our vibe with five. As you can see, I've let Rio borrow my turtleneck for the day.
Fits better.
Yeah. And we got a big Steve Howson as well. Massive shout out to our sponsors, Sokin. Let's get to the cashback messaging. Lads, it's nearly December, so we got to fess up. Christmas hasn't started yet, but have you done your shopping so far?
Done bits and pieces. The missus is nagging me every day to go, so just got to find time in the diary to get out, man.
Where do you do your shopping though?
All over the gaff.
Yeah.
I go local. I go central London. The lot.
Yeah, I find it funny because you never let off too much information. Yeah,
can't. No one knows when I'm going to pop up.
And what's on your shopping list personally?
This Christmas, my kids just love trainers, man. They love trainers. Like most kids now, they're just obsessed with them. So finding like some nice trainers that they will go with the clothes that they got in the wardrobe is important.
I'm size 8, by the way. Well, don't panic because our friends at Sokin...
Where'd you get that coat? Because that coat was actually delivered to me. I get a lot. You know what happens? Yeah, I get quite a lot of freebies. Yeah, sent to the office by different brands.
Was he just didn't know how to try it on? Like, ooh.
No, this was sent. I put it on. And it's a bit small for me. Yeah, and before the thing even came off my shoulders, Joe said, "I'll have that. I'll have that." There was about 6 people in the room. He said, "I'll have it first before anyone."
As soon as it touched his shoulder, as soon as it went off, I was on it straight away. But yeah, it fits nice still, to be honest with you. Thanks, man. Thanks. Shout out to who's giving it to us as well. Yeah, we'll sort that out in a bit. From Wednesday, Sokin will be giving you up to 10% cash back on your shopping during the whole of December. So if you're earning and saving money, you'll be able to spend it as well. It's a sweet deal. All you need to do is download the app, register. You know the vibes, man. Sokin Global. Make sure you get involved. And we're going to be throwing the money back challenge videos next week. So right now we're focusing on cashback messaging, and that's it. All right, stop it, JV.
Can we get into the show now?
Yeah, let's get into the show. All right, cool. So first game we're covering. It's got to be United, isn't it? Really,
Joel. Roll it back a minute, mate. We've not even spoke to Rio about United's new manager. I think that's where we start.
You want to start with the manager situation?
Yeah,
but
I think
you technically don't have a manager at the moment. It's still Carragher.
Oh, behave.
It is.
You've got Beya coming out talking about it in the post-match pressers. Like, we're doing is waiting on the tweet from United. Everyone knows it's happening. Like, Ralf Rangnick is going to be the interim boss for Manchester United for the next 6 months with a 2-year consultancy on the back end of that. I'm really happy about that. Do you remember a few weeks ago, we were talking about Newcastle being taken over? And Ralf Rangnick was one of the names that was in the mix. And I think I said at the time, I'm worried because that means they're serious because he's a real football guy. And this is a real football appointment from United. So I'm excited on that front because they could have gone with a bigger name. And I think they actually tried to with Zidane. I think we got blown out with that. They could have gone with a more household name. They could have gone with someone Paul Merson wanted. But no, I think they've gone with a proper football appointment. And I'm actually very happy with that because he isn't well known in England. I don't even know if he's got an Instagram account. All of these things make me think that this is someone that they've done their own work on and that they're going to trust and put a bit of faith in. I'm delighted. What's your thoughts, Rio?
I'm happy with it. I've seen a lot of people, disgruntled people in the media saying, "Why has he got it?" people keep judging this situation based on Man United 10 years ago winning. Man United are in a completely different place now. Man United need to be rebuilt. People keep talking about the Man United DNA. The Man United DNA ain't been there for years now. What we all know and what we grew to love over the years. It's chopped and changed with managers. They have different ideas. They put a different DNA on their team, which hasn't necessarily reflected what Man United was about before. Now they have an opportunity with somebody who has the experience and understanding and knows the detail behind building not only a team, but a club from the ground up. Not that a club needs building, but from a certain point, there's a DNA, a philosophy, an understanding of what you want to do, and an identity that needs to be created and recreated that fits Man United. And there's no better person in the world for me right now who would be able to do that, to do all of those things. It's a big ask. A club of this size, it's not just about the first team, first 11. It ain't. Because we've had so many managers that have come in and tried to rebuild the team and build a new team to go on and be successful. They failed. Big names like Van Gaal, like Mourinho, it just hasn't happened. It hasn't happened under Oli either. So you need somebody who can actually build from the ground up. He's done it at Leipzig. Yes, they're not world-renowned teams, but he's somebody who knows how to do it. And the biggest thing for me, which we've all been screaming about, every fan talks about it, I talked about it till I went blue in the face, is I didn't see an identity at Man United. Now, this guy has an absolute identity of the way he wants to play. You've done your research, listen to the stuff that he said at seminars, etc. The guy has clear points and ways that he wants a team counter-pressing, counter-attacking. He understands exactly what it means.
But that's my issue though, Rio and Steve. I feel like everyone's just gone on YouTube and they're doing the YouTube researches and the agendas are coming out in the papers.
No. You've got to look at the facts. Look at his facts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think from a director of football perspective, he's good. But when I look
what did he do at Leipzig then?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they ain't really. Yeah, he got them
up.
He got them up in it, but they ain't one. They were like a smaller team coming up through the divisions. I get it. Great job. But
are you honestly saying they've not won anything?
I know, I hear that, but he ain't won anything.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
Man United at this moment in time ain't about, we're going to win everything. They need to build from the ground up. So you can't say, he has to win. He has to be able to.
I've got a proper issue with that because you guys' current squad right about now, it's about winning. I'm not trying to hear this. We have to keep rebuilding.
Whoa. The proof is in the pudding. Man United squad ain't capable of winning the league right now.
They ain't. You are. No, maybe not with the current manager that you had.
Yeah.
But in general, that squad should be winning leagues.
Pep Guardiola grows hair if he's managing this squad.
No. I understand what you're saying. They should be closer, but I'm saying that there's so much wrong at the moment. It's not even about the players. There's no identity. There's the foundation. Where's the foundations? You need someone to put the foundations in to then grow. You don't grow a flower without putting the foundations, the soil in the floor.
I think he's going to be good at doing that from a director of football perspective. But I'm looking at him from a manager's perspective, what he's going to do from now to the end of the season. And I don't know if he's the guy. I don't know if that's the process. You understand football clubs more than me. I don't know if it will help for him to be at the forefront so that when if he does move up, he'll have a.
Can I just state one fact as well that's been missed by a lot of people in the media? This guy is not coming here just to be the interim. 100% fact. He will be coming here to stake his claim to get the job full time, because he'll be sitting there going, "I'm going to put the rules in motion for people to see that there's going to be progress here, and we're going to be on the right trail." This is all hypothetical, but that's going to be his mindset, 100%. And I know for a fact that the club will be sitting there and analysing what he's doing. If it goes successfully well and it starts to see some sort of trend that you go, actually, I can see a future with this, I don't think the club will be scared to say, right, you're the guy. We're going to go with you now.
So what if it doesn't work? What's going to happen then? Because let's just say he's not a great manager.
Then they go back to plan B, which is to find a manager. They're looking at, obviously, other candidates. The Pochettino's name's been thrown in, Ten Hag, Luis Enrique, etc. Their names are back in the mix. But
would they move him up?
Well, I think he'll be on a consultancy. I think that's agreed that he'll be on a consultancy basis for 2 years after.
Joel, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Right. You lot can't wait to get your dicks out for Pochettino, who took Spurs from 5th to 4th. Rangnick took Leipzig from the 4th tier of German football to the Champions League semi-final, right? Think about what Eddie Howe did. which was a phenomenal job taking Bournemouth from the lower leagues into the Premier League. Now, imagine he'd have finished top 4 and then took Bournemouth to the semi-final of the Champions League. There'd be parliamentary debates about why he's not the current England manager and why he's not available for every single big job.
Is that a question?
All right, we're wrong.
No, listen, I'm not saying he hasn't done a good job. I'm saying when you're dealing with Man United, I think it's still a different beast. When you got the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, it's easier when you're doing it. It's easier when you're doing it, yeah. When I say with smaller teams and smaller players, Man United, it's a whole different kettle of fish. Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay, would Bayern Munich appoint someone like that?
Pardon?
Answer the question. Would Bayern Munich appoint someone with the sort of track record Rangnick's got?
They probably would, but Bayern
Munich, they haven't though. So I don't understand what the question is.
They have, because that's what Nagelsmann's record is. Literally Hoffenheim and Leipzig, where he won nothing.
No, Rangnick's a bit different to that. Rangnick's not like an out-and-out manager. Rangnick's like a professor who builds. He's more of a club builder.
He's someone that's going to develop the club. You know, I know that he gets involved with the psychology in a massive way. He gets involved in all the different training functions. I'm sick of this argument that big clubs wouldn't appoint managers like this. Literally, Bayern Munich's manager has won fuck all.
Yeah, but
doesn't mean he's going to win the Premier League.
Steve, big clubs haven't taken him, so that's a fact. You can't say, oh, they wouldn't take him. They haven't taken him. He's put his name in the hat for big jobs before, hasn't got him. That's a fact. Maybe wants too much control at those big clubs. He wants too much of a say in what goes on in every aspect and every element of the club. And some clubs ain't willing to release that and relinquish that stranglehold of power. Whereas Man United are in more of a desperate situation that they need somebody like this who actually can show them the way now, who can show them how to build from the ground up. Not just the football side, but behind the scenes on the club recruitment, etc. So I think Man United are in a very different place to a club like a well-oiled machine like a Bayern Munich, who won't necessarily need someone like him because they've got a lot of the pieces in place already.
Yeah. And it's not to say that I don't think he's going to do well, by the way. I just question the managing side, like his coaching side of things, compared to him as a director of football.
Well, he only stopped coaching for a period when he was at Schalke, I think, because he had under stress.
Okay.
And all this thing that he can't manage a Ronaldo, etc. At Schalke, he had a 35-year-old Raul, superstar, genuine superstar, world-class player, big personality, managed him within that team, performed. So
yeah, but
all this, it's a myth.
Raul at 35, is not Ronaldo at 36, who's still a world-class football superstar.
But it's still an ego and it's still a character, a personality you've got to deal with and you've got to manage properly. So he knows how to do it. He's done it. Do you know what I mean? And all this, he's not going to play Ronaldo. He played a 35-year-old Raul. Do you know what I mean? So Ronaldo, I don't think is the issue. I think he'll find a way that Ronaldo will be able to fit in his team.
So you don't reckon? First of all, before I forget, there's been an announcement by Fabrizio Romano. Shout out to him. We've got a show with him later on in the week. Man United have officially provided the contracts and the paperwork ready to announce Ralf Rangnick as the interim coach. Deal until June. 2-year consultancy, as you already said. He'll have an influence on new manager decisions and contract expiring in the summer. That's what he says.
Good. I'm happy, man. Like I said before, the main thing I'm happy for is he will create and be part of building an identity. Once you get that, and the players buy into that, and that's a big task as well. He's got to get the players to buy into that. Once you get that, the players then can become a collective and feed off of it. Right now, because the players, it felt to me that the players were a little bit like, I don't know what we're doing. David De Gea's interview told you that. We don't know what we're doing, really. There wasn't a clear identity or understanding of what we're doing to be able to perform. And if any individual, no matter how good you are, if you don't understand or haven't got a clear identity of what you need to be doing out on the pitch, you can't perform to your max. I'd like to think that this man's going to put those bits in place for the individuals to now perform. And what he will do, trust me, is put big, heavy demands on those players, and they've got to react now.
I can't listen to everything David De Gea says, because yesterday after the game he came out and he goes, "Yeah, now we know what to do with the ball." I thought, flipping it, is he trying to give Carragher the job or something like that? And I thought, and it made me think he must have. I'm not trying to put words in his mouth, but he must have really not seen the Ollie vision, because for him to say that 2 games afterwards, it was a bit baffling to me. So you don't want Carragher. So you don't think Carragher should stay to the end of the season, no?
Well, he's not.
Yeah, I know, but you didn't think he should.
No, I don't know. Carragher's my boy, but I played with him. He's my boy, but I just think someone like Ralf Rangnick is a better option, more experience, a clear understanding, a clear identity, a clear knowledge of where he wants to go.
The only reason,
and the people like Michael
Go on.
Carrick, they're going to be thankful in 6 months' time, in 2 years' time, having to being under that tutelage, working under somebody like that. That's gaining valuable experience, and then you can talk about maybe the improvement that they've had under someone like him.
The only reason why I say that is because Carragher has been throwing tweets in it during the course of the week, and the memes. He was throwing
put the meme. Put his tweet up, please. Put it up.
He was.
Which one?
It's the one on screen now. He was basically saying after Carrick won the Champions League game during the course of the week, he was like going on social media, putting it out there. Like,
yeah.
Gonna want him to sign the contract.
It made me laugh. I got a burst, and then I saw him. He's been spouting about Ronaldo and winning the league and all this stuff. Ronaldo's only come to win the league. To be fair, if I was there yesterday with Roy Keane, I would have just. To be fair, Carragher shouldn't really be talking about winning leagues. He's never done it. You don't know what it means. You don't know how to do it. He's never navigated a team through it to that point to win a league. So I find it very difficult when he speaks with such conviction about winning leagues. He should stick to cup competitions, and he's fine. The moment he talks about leagues, I just mute it.
Right.
I do. I got to be honest. Sorry, mate. I'll just mute it. Just
stop it. You're not trying to hear it.
No, I don't. I can't.
I think he had Roy Keane on the ropes a little bit though, because he had a little point when he said, at 35, 36 years old, Ronaldo should be here to win the league.
Roy Keane should have told him, when you've won a league, you can sit here and talk to me about it because you have no clue what it feels like to do it. You don't know the journey. You don't know what it feels like to lift that Premier League trophy. So I suggest you just park yourself over there and let me take it from here. Simple.
He didn't have a point, Joel. He didn't have a point. His whole point was if Ronaldo's only coming here, he should only win the league. Like, that diminishes not only Jamie's entire career, like Rio's saying, but it diminishes every other football club that's not going to win the league. This United team was never better than Chelsea and City. I thought it might have been better than Liverpool, and I was wrong. I think Liverpool looked way stronger than I anticipated they were going to be this year.
I like that.
But I think we're still probably top 4 at best, no matter who manages us, really. Unless you get freak injury luck and that kind of thing. Ronaldo wouldn't have looked at this situation and gone, I will be the difference to beat City. I will be the difference to beat Chelsea. I'm sure. I know he thinks a lot of himself, and he should. He's got 800 goals under his belt. But he wouldn't have thought, I can be the one difference that's going to get this team over the line. I think what Roy Keane was saying was absolutely bang on. Whether we like it as United fans or not, we are a team that's competing for trophies, the FA Cup, possibly the Champions League. We wouldn't be in the quarterfinal of the Champions League if it wasn't for Cristiano Ronaldo. I think you should be able to drop a player without it becoming national news, or rest a player, or just go with a different selection because of whatever you want to play. But I think Keane made a really good point yesterday. Why is it Ronaldo's being made the scapegoat for an entire team that doesn't press? You saw the stats during the game yesterday. United are 18th, 19th, or 20th in every single running metric and everything else. That's not just because of Cristiano Ronaldo. That's the entire team. So don't paint it on Ronaldo, who's doing his job for the most part at the other end. If that ball would have fell to Ronaldo instead of Fred yesterday, we'd have been sitting here talking about United beating Chelsea.
Exactly. And Steve, what baffles me about all of this people talking about Ronaldo pressing, when has he ever pressed?
He hasn't pressed.
He didn't press at Man United when he was 21. He never pressed. Darren Fletcher, Owen Hargreaves would both tell you they absolutely knew their role. Our role was to shift over to the right-hand side at times to cover Cristiano because he weren't going to run back. And we didn't need him to run back. We will play around that, and other people would sacrifice elements of their game for the good of his, because they knew that he was the guy who was going to win games for us.
The whole midfield did.
Like you've got there's like you've got to sometimes you accommodate when a player is of that stature, and who delivers like he does, and is the most decisive player I've ever seen in football. You accommodate to a certain extent. You put demands on him. Yes, I'm not saying you can just walk around and do nothing, but he's not the catalyst. He's not the person who's going to run 90 minutes chasing people down. It's not his game. You want the ball to fall to him, like Steve said. At that moment, you're putting everything, your house and everything on him to score it. And when he came to Man United, it wasn't about winning leagues. Cristiano Ronaldo would have put the demands on himself. I've come here to try and win the league, yes. But the whole club, the people behind the scenes, there's more to it than just that. Yes, he would want to win the league. He wants to win every competition he goes into. That's a fact. You don't get to his level without thinking and believing like that every year. But he's come also to help change the culture behind the scenes. He's come to help the likes of Rashford and Sancho and all the Greenwood, all these young players to look at what it feels like to be a superstar and the way you have to work day in, day out. The culture at the club. He's come to help with that. There's more than just, and obviously all of the economic element of it as well. There's that as well. But there's more than just, oh, he's come to win a league. That doesn't make or break his time here as a player. There's more to it than that. It's not as simple as that. Man United ain't going to win the league. They weren't built to just come in and say, we're going to win the league, definitely. They were going to give it a go. And this is what I said at the beginning of the season. We'll judge Ollie this season because this is the squad he's built now. And he's obviously is what it is now.
I think you got solid points. I think you wrap it up, you package it really well, but you're not going to fully, you're not fully going to convince me that United shouldn't be trying to win the league.
They should be trying.
Yeah,
and
at the very least,
and we all
try.
want to.
Yeah,
but you have to be honest sometimes. Chelsea, European champions.
Yeah.
Man City, league champions, and Liverpool, former league and European champions recently, are 3 better squads and teams due to the coaching. They've all got an identity. They've all got an understanding and experienced winners. All of them compared to they've experienced winning compared to this Man United squad. So they're 3 teams well ahead of Man United.
So, Steve, my question is, why are people looking at this like the draw was a bad result? Because I'll be honest with you,
it's a great result.
I was ready.
I took draws all day long at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah,
hard place to go, man. Don't care. You get a draw at Stamford Bridge. You come out and go, do you know what? Good job, boys. On the way home, on that train or the plane or the bus, whatever way they get home, you say, you know what? We'll take that. That's a win and a draw in the space of a week. 2, one away. In important game in the Champions League and one away here at Stamford Bridge, team top of the league. Come on, man.
Now, especially with the form that you guys are in, Steve. Tell me you weren't happy.
I weren't happy because at the time I was annoyed at the pathetic penalty that we gave away. So I thought we'd done enough with the smash and grab, being clinical. Chelsea had 24 shots, but how many of them were real dangerous shots? We defended nice and compact. We limited them to like quite far out shots. They was having corner after corner, but they wasn't really threatening. I didn't think we was under a lot of pressure, but like we looked like we was being resolute with it. It took the penalty spot for them to be able to find the back of net, and it was encroachment. Should have been retaken, but never mind. Like for me, it wasn't a foul. That shouldn't be a foul.
Oh, it's a foul, but it was unlucky.
That's your Man United hat on.
It was very unlucky.
Right? But I'm allowed to be. I don't come here and pretend to not be biased.
It was very unlucky. Even I've got to say, I was waiting for you guys to get beat. I was on IG. You know, when you're preparing the environment. I could feel your
energy. I could feel it.
Especially after Arsenal's win. We're going to talk about it later, but especially after the Arsenal win. 3 points. I had the whole thing set up. Quick maths. If United don't beat Chelsea tomorrow and we beat them on Thursday, we go 9 points clear. Like I had the whole thing
I
set up.
saw the message you put out without naming the subliminal.
Yeah. You know what I was getting at.
Yeah,
So to be very honest with you, even you guys leaving with the draw, I thought to myself, you know what? It's not a bad result. And considering the fact that they were pressing their heck out of you in the first half as well, especially, I think you guys did well to leave there with a draw. Steve?
Yeah, you always take a draw away from home. The onus is on the home team in those big games to win those. You're supposed to win all your home games. It's a bit like the Champions League. Win your home games, don't get beat away. Although the 15 teams in the league that you're supposed to beat. The top 4, you take a draw. You don't always go down like that, but that's what you try for, isn't it?
But also as well, no one even mentioned the fact that Man United had 3 of their first choice back 4 out of the game. Do you know what I mean? So you even on the strength of that, you take that draw, man. You take it. And you have to say, well done to Michael. This week, he's done well, man.
Dropping Ronaldo, how did you feel about that when you saw it, Rio? Let's start, because to be honest with you, when I saw that, I thought, wow, that's ballsy, man. He's going all out.
I think that you have to think about what's the conversation been? Is there more to it? Is there a slight injury? Is there is it workload during midweek? I don't know what it is. I see it as very much big games, your best players play. And that's the way I see it.
That's how I see it.
At the same time, after the game's finished, they've got a draw back up the motorway. Who's going to argue with that? I don't think Cristiano can't sit and argue. He can be disappointed, which he will be, and he'll be thinking, listen, don't want to see that happening too much, because great players, the best players, any player for that matter, don't want to sit on the bench.
No.
So to expect Cristiano to sit there and be happy and smiling about it is ridiculous, because no one would. But his attitude once he gets on the pitch has to be right, and I thought it was.
Yeah, no.
He made another good point as well, which is Rashford didn't press.
Well, in
So
general,
what would be the difference? Well, yeah, he didn't.
he presses more than Ronaldo. In general, yes, he does. He does.
Arguable.
I think Carragher just went out with a bang, and I'm glad it worked out for him. I'm glad it worked out for Sancho as well. He looks like everything's going well for him.
Man United have reached a full agreement. It's out on all of the news stations right now. It's coming out. Ralf Rangnick is going to be coming as the interim manager for the next 6 months to the end of the season, and he's got a 2-year consultancy deal wrapped up. It's out on all of the media sites right now. It's coming through on the social media platforms.
It's out on
How
5.
about then? The 2-year consultancy. The 2-year consultancy that they're talking about, then there's some talk that he might be United's first sporting director, which with Carragher as a technical director, John Murtagh as a director of football, and now Ralf Rangnick as a potential sporting director from the summer onwards. Is there any sort of definition of what the roles are going to be, or is it just kind of?
I don't know. I think it's a smart move. I think if I'm Darren Fletcher and I'm John Murtagh, who are both inexperienced in the roles that they're in, it's a fantastic opportunity for them to learn of somebody who knows the behind the scenes inner workings of a football club, of what you need as a networking for recruitment, creating the DNA and the identity for a football club, not a team, a football club, from ground zero up to the top first team. So there's so many elements where he's going to be able to give and feed off that vast experience that he's got. That for Darren Fletcher, man, listen, he's a lucky man, a lucky guy to be in that position. And I know Darren, and he will suck this up, and he will be like a sponge, because that's the type of guy he is. For Man United, long term, I think it's brilliant. Regardless of what he does in the 6 months in the team, if he hopefully he does well, and I think he'll do well, and I really hope he does. But I think that the most important part will be the behind the scenes stuff that he gives off to these guys.
Before I go on to Thursday, have you had any interactions with Ralf yourself personally?
Never.
You're looking forward to sitting down? You're probably going to have to chat with him soon, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'm going to be banging on the door, man, trying to get and just listen to. Obviously, when you see his name come up, and we've spoke about him numerous times, you go and do a bit of research. You look behind the scenes, and you see the videos. You pull them up on YouTube to see what he's always very insightful. He says all the right things. But you want to see what he does on the training pitch.
Yeah, I'm very interested.
I want to see the reaction of the players now, because he seems that he doesn't suffer fools.
No, and so
Rio, can we get a little Black Ops mission to watch training or what?
Mate, I'm doing everything I can to get in there, bro. I'll put a camera underneath my hat and everything that we can see. No, I'm joking.
Oh man, but we've got you guys on Thursday. You know what I mean? The in-team form, the form in team.
Who?
Stop it. Don't disrespect, man. Like, I've earned my right to say that line. The informed team, Thursday night. You know, who would have thought that, though? After that first Brentford defeat, you guys were on to me. Remember that weekend?
What was Arsenal's result this weekend?
Times have changed. Come on, man. You know
what
it is.
What was it? Tell me.
Come on, you know what it is,
Tell me. I don't know what it is.
We beat them 2-0. So what?
You beat who?
Newcastle.
Okay.
Yeah. We beat
team near the bottom of the league.
Comfortable win.
Team in turmoil.
Don't. You see, you know what you do? You try to use this reverse psychology. You try to come on, rate the guys. We're not going into Arsenal yet. We got the game on Thursday. What do you expect to see?
Tough game, man.
Yeah.
I think it's a big game for both teams to see where they're at. First, I want to know what you think first. I want to hear what you think.
I think the game has come around at a good time for Arsenal. Because yes and a no, actually. The positive is that we just got spanked by Liverpool 4-0. Weren't as bad as your spanking, but so I think it's a chance now, after beating Newcastle, going back to play United. If I'm Mikel Arteta, I'll say, all right, boys, you know, this is your opportunity to show that 2 weeks ago, you know, it was a bit of a blip. It was a bit of a mistake. Show us what you can do. You know, we've had players that have played out of their skin since, like, you know, Nuno Tavares. He deserves to be in a team. You've got the likes of Aubameyang who haven't been firing. This is an opportunity for him to show.
Big chance, isn't it?
Did you see that? It's mad. You know, and you've got other players that, for example, Lokonga, that's playing well. Partey, who's just about keeping fit. Ben White, Gabriel, they've actually been really decent besides the Liverpool game. This is a test, man. You lost 2 weeks ago. It's your opportunity. When you look at Man United's perspective, I think they have to run. They have to show Ralph that, look, man, we want our spot in the starting 11 team. Sancho, he's had his little fight with Carragher, in regards to starting in the 11, and he's done well. But it's an opportunity for him to show again that, look, I am supposed to be here. The Ollie era, it wasn't my fault. I just needed to gain fitness. I just needed to find out who I was in the Premier League, but I am the player that you guys bought. So it could go either way. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a draw.
Are Arsenal walking into this game thinking that they're the favourites, you think? That they're the better team?
I think they go there thinking they've got a strong chance. But I think we're happy with a draw. You know
what? Ramsdale's been an inspired signing. There was a lot of people doubting he's had 2 or 3 relegations in his career already, in his young career. But the saves he's making on a regular basis, he's actually enabling you lot to keep clean sheets. 6 clean sheet in 10 games. It's phenomenal.
Well, that's what happens when you've got a top goalkeeper. You guys know Steve, remember when David De Gea was saving you every other game? You remember that?
He's done well at the weekend again.
That's done this week, yeah. Even
against United, they've announced Ralph, by the way. They've announced him, bruv. They've announced Ralph.
Yeah, so you guys, every manager, it's the same thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Ralph. Big Ralph's in the house. That's what I like
At what point are we fucking putting it on the table and letting him write whatever he wants on it?
After
are we doing that?
A couple wins.
Get through the Champions League semi. Are we doing it then?
Look. There's a little thing here. Let me just read this out. Ralf Rangnick has said, I'm excited to be joining Manchester United and focused on making this a successful season for the club. The squad is full of talent and has a great balance of youth and experience. All my efforts for the next 6 months will be on helping these players fulfill their potential, both individually and most importantly, as a team. Beyond that, I look forward to supporting the club's longer-term goals on a consultancy basis. Yeah, that's the type of stuff I want to hear. You see that? Wait, you hear that? All my efforts for the next 6 months will be on helping these players fulfill their potential, both individually and most importantly as a team. That's what I like to see.
This PR, mate.
Nah, man.
You or the guys from New Era Global could have written that, mate. Do you know what I mean?
No. But what I'm saying is that's what he does. That's his ethos. Improving players as an individual and then collectively letting it see.
So what was
flourish.
Ollie's ethos then?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm not being rude, but when I see the team, I didn't know their identity. What was they trying to do?
But you told me when we first started Vibe with 5, and I told you that they didn't have an identity, bruv. You was going to break through the Zoom, bruv. You was going to break through the StreamYard and tell me, what are you talking about?
Yeah, because we were playing counter-attack them time.
Yeah, and you was telling me that was the identity.
That's a form of identity. In the big games, we were playing counter-attack against the big teams, and it was working because we was banging them up.
You've always got something to say. Man.
We was though. Yeah. Am I right, Steve, or not? We were playing our best under Ollie. Our best games were playing counter attack.
Ollie's the only manager with a better record against Pep. Oh, I don't know if that changed actually after he beat us the other week. But up until then, he definitely was.
Man, you
I'm just happy that we've got Ralph, man. Yeah. And I just hope in 6 months I'm saying the same thing.
So, what do you think on Thursday?
Getting memed up.
I think on Thursday. I think Man United's confidence is growing after the last 2 results. Ralph coming in, it's just whether he's going to come in the building right now immediately or not. I'm not sure. But if he does, I think there'll be a bounce into the game. And I think it's not a good time for any opponent to play against Man United when you get a new manager with the impetus they can put in. Don't matter who. Any team that gets a new manager, we saw it with Norwich when a new manager came in. We saw it with Aston Villa when Steven Gerrard went there. They bounce next game and they get a good result. And you'd like to think that the same thing happens here and we bash up Arsenal.
Do you know another thing as well that people miss, I think, when they're sort of looking at what a new manager's gone in and done? A new manager coming in makes it very difficult for an opposition to plan for. So Arsenal are looking at United this week and they're going, I don't know what formation. I don't know what 11. I don't know what their ethos is going to be. So Arsenal come into this a little bit blinded because guess what? United don't know what they're going to be playing on Thursday yet. They're going to find out tomorrow and the day after. So it's very difficult for Arsenal to plan.
I think a key thing as well is the adaptation of the players to his coaching methods. Because we all saw what happened with Klopp early on when he came, a lot of injuries. The players adapting to the new type of training. So I think with his experience, I think he'll be mindful. He can't come in and just blow the team up and start going, I want an extra X amount of kilometres a game and the high intensities have to go through the roof. I think he'll be very meticulous and sensible with the load that he puts through the players. So he doesn't create that. I think he'll learn from someone like Klopp's experience.
He would have been studying the players, of course. How does it happen when a new manager comes in? So, for example, when Moyes came in, yes, it was at the start of the season, but did the training change straight away, or did he, keep some of the old training sessions? Did he have a word with you and go, "Hey, what did you guys, work?"
David Moyes was very much, it's my time now, and everything's going to be done my way. And I'm sure Ralf will be the same. This is very different. Don't forget, David Moyes was following the Godfather, Sir Alex, more or less, the shadow. No matter who came in, there was going to be a big shadow. Now it's a clean slate for this guy. It's a very different environment he's walking into. It's an environment where people are going, we need something. We need you to deliver for us. So very different for him. Easier, I think, in that sense. But the first training session, the first meeting, the importance of the tone that he sets in their meetings in that first session. The players are sitting there wanting to see what you bring. They want to be taken on this journey. They want to be improved as a team, as individuals, you'd like to think. And they're going to be sponges, and they're going to be sitting there like puppy dogs going, right, show us the way.
Who are the players he needs to convince straight away, get on side immediately?
Everyone. But you just want the team, you want to show that intensity. And I think that's when you look at a lot of the stuff that he said over the last, I don't know how long it's been, when you talk about his team being very proactive, and his style of play is very proactive in terms of the way that he wants to make sure they're high pressing, they're a counter pressing football team, and they've got fast, proactive players and faces of their game, both with and without the ball. And that tells you that what comes with that is a work ethic, undoubtedly. So as long as you see that within these players, I'll be happy. And I think that's what a lot of people have been crying out for.
I'm very interested to see what's going on.
And what I like, how quick's it going to take him so we see an identity? And I read a quote he put out there ages ago. It was, even on a bad day, you can still recognize the kind of football that the team wants to play. And that comes with coaching. That comes with repetition on a training pitch. And so that then that teams, no matter how they played, they're being coached. You can tell, look, you know what I mean? I think Brighton are a good example. Mr. Potter down there has done a fabulous job in terms of they have a clear identity and strategy of the way they play. Yeah, I like him a lot, yeah. But it's because I like how clear, and the contrast of when he took over, Chris Hughton's side was quite they were on the back foot more often than not, and
scraping results
is a little bit more of a mundane type team. Whereas now, very similar players, recruitment's changed a little bit, but his team play very, very attack-minded on the front foot type football. We saw that at Anfield.
Yeah, I see Ralf was saying in one of his old quotes, it was just like, what's high pressing a little? It has to be high press. Otherwise, it's like being a little bit pregnant. What does it mean? I'm thinking, this guy's got quotes, mate. But yeah, so that's our reaction to Ralf as the Man United manager. We got to move on to Liverpool. No, the real challenges for the league, the real team doing the business, Come on, no, honestly,
you're an idiot.
No, honestly, they are. You know what I mean?
Why are you upping your levels like that?
I don't think they get the respect they deserve.
The tone of your voice has changed.
Listen, they've had a solid performances of late, man. I'm not even talking about the Man United one. I mean, in general,
I like watching Liverpool, man.
Expansive. Salah's not even on the score sheet, but you got
Thiago's
Jota
doing bits now as well. Thiago started this week. Thiago's had a good week.
I know I keep asking you the same questions, Rio. It's because I want to hear it, man. They've got to be the champions this year. Surely, Liverpool. Surely.
No. I don't know. They're going to be up there. They've got a chance. They've got too much in their team not to be vying and fighting to win this title. They've got the experience as well. Salah's on a mad level right now, but Jota's coming in, banging two, like calm, like it's nothing.
I told you he's their star. But I told you he's now become the guy ahead of Firmino,
But I don't know, if the big game came, I think if they're both fit, I think the manager plays Firmino.
I don't know, but that's the thing with Klopp, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, he goes with what he feels.
And he's loyal, man. He knows. Firmino plays, bro. I reckon anyway. But you can't just say it's Liverpool. Not when Chelsea and Man City are doing what they're doing. City, man. Bad team.
And the AFCON nations is coming up as well, man.
That's
so I reckon
problem.
they're gonna suffer when it comes to that. But yeah, no, I proper give it to Liverpool. I think amazing football, especially that first half against Southampton.
Blitzed.
It was done. It was done. You know all about that anyway, but it was done. It was done. You've seen it before. It was done.
Oh,
so massive shout out to them, Next game to look at real quickly. Brighton versus Leeds. Now, it ended a 0-0 draw, yeah. I just wanted to mention, Steve, did you see them booing Graham Potter? I was completely confused.
He was confused.
Honestly, it was so weird. Like, yeah, he was confused. He looked at it, he thought, what's
Oh, you
going
saw
on?
him go like that, like
I think Brighton fans, right,
need to respect.
This is my message to you. Don't forget who you are.
Yeah.
Because if that manager weren't there managing you guys, you would probably be in the championship right about now.
That's the best thing he said today.
No, honestly, and teams like Fulham who are in the championship, they're bigger than you. Don't forget that they are bigger than you.
Oh, I don't know.
Yes, they are.
Do you reckon they are?
Yes, they are.
How in history-wise, they are.
Anyone would rather, if you take away like their recent performances, if you talk to someone outside of this country and in this country, Fulham, they've got a record
only because
of
history, but
they're a bigger club.
Hold on, they got a record of bringing through players. Last season, Brighton had the best record in terms of bringing young players from the academy to the first team.
Like
more players.
Okay, cool. And how often does that? How often does that happen? In the last
what I'm
20
saying
years of the Premier League?
that's a continuing theme of that football club now. That's their ethos. That's their DNA. That's what they're trying to do.
Fulham are still a bigger club than Brighton.
Go to Fulham's training ground and then go to Brighton's training ground. Go to Fulham's stadium and then go to Brighton Stadium. The two clubs are not in the same place right now.
Yeah, they got a nice little stadium still. I can't lie.
So
it's because Craven Cottage's thing looks a bit, it's like a garden a little bit.
I love Craven Cottage. It's a nice place. Yeah. It's a good place to play, man. But
they need to upgrade.
They're upgrade. I think they're building a stand. The stand I went there last time. They're building that stand.
Need a whole new stadium.
Might be there.
No, you need a whole new. No, but in general, I still reckon that Brighton, you guys need to know what's going on over here. Man. Like,
I agree with you.
Yeah, and again, Brentford beating Everton 1-0.
Massive.
Everton.
Penalty.
I'm waiting for him to get sacked, man. I don't think they've won a game since the 25th of September.
They're missing
garbage.
Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison ain't playing. Big misses for them, man. Yeah, big misses.
Yeah, but is that an excuse to not win a league game since the 25th of September?
I know what you mean. But
do you know what? Manchester City could do way worse than getting Ivan Toney in,
Is that what they're trying to do?
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
I think that's a bit too soon, Steve. And I haven't seen enough of him in the Premier League. I know he scored.
They don't have a striker. Yeah, that guy scored goals.
Surely in world football, like respect to him and that, but surely in world football, that can't be your first choice right now.
Why do you need to go around?
I mean, funny. Man City ain't struggling to score goals at the moment, though, are they?
That's a good point.
No. And of course, what do we have here? We got Leicester. Leicester beating Watford 4-2, showing teams how to beat Watford. Massive shout out to Ranieri.
Why are you trying it for?
What?
This guy, man, serious.
A massive shout out to Ranieri. He went back and he got really good reception at Leicester. I loved it.
He deserved it.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, when James Maddison, right, and Vardy link up and they're in sync, it's special, man. It's special.
Yeah, I think we've been waiting for it. They've been off the ball for a bit, haven't they?
Yeah.
Maddison especially, but they've Vardy's he gets goals, man. I mean, his story is phenomenal. I think he's got 93 Premier League goals now since turning 30 years old. I think that's the joint most with Ian Wright. 93 goals. 93. So he's a joke, mate. Seriously, bad player. Great attitude, obviously.
He's not slowing down either.
That's what I'm saying. Like you think, you might have to get a new striker in to replace him. At the moment, this guy's keeping on going. He's keeping them other players that they're bringing out.
Yeah, I see him on Gogglebox the other day, Celebrity Gogglebox, doing his damn thing as well. Love it. Man City versus West Ham. Right, good, nice little win for City, of course. I mean, Gundogan scores his first league goal. He's been a little bit off the ball in the league this season, but they've got the quality, man.
West Ham as well, though. You have to be right. I expected City to win, but West Ham, they ain't going there and getting bashed up. They scored a goal. 2-1's a close result. I didn't actually watch the game, so I don't know how the performance was. But City, they're just so dominant, man. They take the ball off people. They strangle you. They keep you locked in your own final third. They're just a purely dominant football club at the moment, the way they're playing. And it doesn't matter who he plays. They come in and perform, and that's the thing about the top teams. They take players in and out, and the levels doesn't change. Yeah, that's the difference. Just the depth of their squad.
Yeah, massive. And you know what? This one's for you, Anton. right? He was giving it a lot of talk at the Arsene Wenger event. Like, oh yeah, West Ham, we're now level on points and your team hasn't won a league game in November. What is going on?
You just want
Shout
smoke.
me.
You just want smoke.
I'm ready. I told you, said 3 points this weekend. I'm here. I'm ready for the action. Can you imagine we actually get top 4 this season?
No, I can't see
And
it.
the FA Cup.
You're not getting top 4.
You ain't getting top 4.
I'll happily go on record. You're not finishing above United or getting top 4. You're just not.
We could.
All right.
We could. We
You're
really
at the
could.
peak of where you've been this season.
Right,
The only way
if that's
now
what
is
you're saying,
down.
Steve, I need to see a forfeit if whatever happens
I'm ready. I'm down for that, you know. I'm looking at the league table right about now.
there. You got to wear a Man United shirt for the first 5 or 5 next time.
I'm not doing none of that.
He wants to wear one anyway.
And Steve, you got to wear a pair of Arsenal boxer shorts live on at the beginning of the season.
I think we need to review the forfeits next week. Yeah, give us some ideas in the comments. What should the forfeit be? Right, if Arsenal get top 4, please let us know. More than happy to pick one and go with it.
Yeah,
you know,
think
because
so.
I genuinely am starting to believe. I'm not even like joking or doing.
I just feel it's just what you're gonna wear, not what Steve's gonna wear. It's gonna be what you're gonna wear.
You know what? You can say whatever you need to for me because it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean,
let's move on though.
Yeah, wait,
Steven Gerrard, man.
Yeah,
wow,
yeah.
two of the best midfielders to ever grace the Premier League, Patrick Vieira and Steven Gerrard on the touchline. The picture when I see it come through is just like
mad old.
Did you see it? Beautiful picture.
Yeah, I felt mad old.
And what a result, by the way, for Villa.
Yeah,
Palace, man, to do that. Palace have been going well, not fearing any teams. And listen, I'm hearing some really good vibes that are coming out of Villa. The way that the training, super impressed with his coaching staff, the clarity with which they're training. They got a clear idea of what they want to do, enjoying the sessions, and they're getting the results right now. And so it's some real positive stuff coming out.
I guess it's the presence, though, man. If you really think about it, man, Steven Gerrard, you played with him, right? And as a Man United player, you were used to playing with the elite. Even when you get to England, let's be honest with you, did you have the air of thinking we're above the rest of these players, even though you're playing international football? I know you felt like you were above Carragher, and like you're thinking, come on, man, these guys. But when you
how much side eye was going on at them tables, because I know there was some.
Yeah, come on, you know.
There was a lot of side eye. There was a lot of. Carragher will tell you that. Stevie would tell you that. Definitely Stevie would, because I used to see him the little side eye sometimes. And I used to think, what's he looking at like that?
Yeah.
But it was just the way it was in the squad, man. The club rival, I always talk about it, but it's true. The club rivalry took over what it meant to play for the national team. And disappointingly, when I look back, I wish it wasn't like that. But we all cared so much about our clubs. I don't know what it was at the time. Liverpool were trying to take the title off us, and we were fighting with them. And like, I don't know, man, going into that squad, you would be looking at them and that. So I'm not going to really talk to them too much and get too pally because I don't like their club, and I don't not like them, but they ain't for me right now. Whereas now, since I've seen Steven, that we get on really, really well. But it was just a rivalry. The same was with Frank, who was one of my best mates as a kid growing up at West Ham.
And it just got awkward.
Just got awkward, man. We'd go and have a coffee with each other sometimes at England, and it would be all right, but it weren't like when we were young. It was just like, fuck.
But what I want to ask is, even though there was that rivalry from a football perspective, when Stevie G is on that pitch in the training ground, surely the respect levels, he's probably one of the only players, I'm guessing, that you're not looking at thinking he's below the level.
Yeah. No, Stevie, every other session, Stevie would do something in the training game or in one of the drills that you'd look at each other and go, oh. That's why really? Steven Gerrard. That was used to do mad stuff sometimes. Like even the way he'd drill a ball out to someone like with that angry type of pass, like bam, ball stay at the same height, straight in, like, or he'd just wrap one into the top corner or smash someone sometimes. Like, but he was just he always done something that you go, that's why Steven Gerrard.
Were you aware of him when he was coming up in the ranks?
Yeah, I remember Jamie Redknapp said to me that because I was just asked like who's coming through young players. I've always been interested in young players, and I said he said to me, we got a kid called Steven Gerrard. Oh, unbelievable, going to be the best. And I didn't see him for a year, and he came and trained with us with the under-21s, and he played in a game. I think it was Czechoslovakia away or something like that.
Yeah.
And I remember finishing the game and thinking, yeah, he had his skinhead and everything. I thought, yeah, kit was all baggy on him, but he was going to be a player. He didn't have he wasn't scared. There was no fear. Walk into a room and you could see he had that confidence, not arrogant. Just he was like, I am meant to be here. A bit like Wazza.
He's one of my favorite players, man. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for us to get the chance to speak to him, man. Sort it out, big man. Sort it out.
We will definitely. It was meant to go to Rangers to speak to him, but he obviously changed his plans.
Final game to look at real quick. Obviously, Dean Smith getting a draw. I think he's changing the vibes.
Norwich look different
against Wolves. By the way,
I watched a lot of their game, and Wolves, by the way, have been very good this season so far under the new manager. But I watched some of this game, and Norwich should have won. Yeah, there's some chance. Gilmore's back in the team now.
You like him, innit?
Playing well. Yeah. I just he went there and he didn't play no games. I was thinking, wow, and I was like worried, thinking I've seen him for Chelsea running a couple of games. Goes to Norwich and don't get in. What's the problem here? Dean Smith has gone in and hung his hat on him now and said, this is the guy. Max Aarons as well, by the way. Up and down the wing. Assist last week. He should have scored this week. He had a great chance. Come inside, make 1-2. Looks like they're a bit more freedom to play and getting the ball in some good positions. But overall, Pookie had a good chance. So they look like they're in games more now.
Yeah.
Rather than being the whipping boys.
Yeah, we'll see. It's still going down though, but we'll see.
It's a big ask for them.
We'll see. Burnley versus Tottenham obviously got postponed. What's going to happen to that, Steve? Are they going to play
midweek? They'll catch up midweek or something like that, won't they? Yeah.
Because it's looking a bit tight. You know what it's like December and
Christmas
January.
period's rammed, innit?
Yeah.
You see that guy that had traveled 31 hours? Was on his way up there.
There was what, from the States?
Yeah.
Can you imagine coming from the States? Games cancelled. Well, either way, don't care what happens to Tottenham. All right, this week's episode of on Vibe with 5. I've loved it, to be honest with you. It's not every weekend that we get 3 points and you guys only get 1. I know it's minor, but for me, I'm feeling the energy, guys, man. I'm feeling the energy.
Do you know what I've got as well? You seen this? We had made up bad little coat we got coming out soon. Bit of merch.
Yeah, I like it.
Beautiful, bro. Little bomber.
You can spot me from a mile away when I'm at the stadium.
You won't miss me when I'm coming to games and that.
Rio. Jake over there, right? Our PR guy. Yeah. He's told us to let you know that you had a message for Ralf, right? Can you let us know what that message to Ralf is, please? Come on.
Now listen, Ralph's in. We just want him to do well, man. Good luck. Best of luck to Ralf. We want him to come and create an identity, which he mentioned in his quotes before when he signed. We want him to go in there, make the players better, improve the team, and give us something to shout about and something where we see an identity on that pitch where we can go, you know what, that is Man United. So good luck. We're behind you.
That's it, really, isn't it?
That's it.
Guys, thank you very much for watching Vibe with 5 this week. We will be back. You know what? We might even have a Christmas special that we're
going to do a Christmas special,
you know
100%.
So please make sure you keep watching. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Please. Thank you very much for the support so far. Make sure you follow us on socials. We got the Romano show coming out during the course of the week. And we've got player interviews as well that we're working on for the month of December.
Also, what would you like us to do on the Christmas special? Because give us a few ideas. We'll look in the comments. We'll see. We'll take them in and we'll maybe decide on one of your suggestions.
Yes. All right. We'll see you next week. Stephen Howson, Rio Ferdinand, Joel Beya with the new jacket. I'm out. Peace.